I need to know how to fix a Nintendo 3DS game card.
Don't blame the game card for your poor stats.
I'm getting all kinds of game read errors and malfunctions.
Take the game back and get a replacement.
It isn't a new game.
Try a different game to see if it is the cartridge slot or the cartridge.
I might as well put the game card that saw the errors in a different Nintendo system.
Sure, and if the same game works in a different console, you know it is the console.
Which is a cheap way to diagnose the most expensive thing to fix.
If the card doesn't work in a different console, then you know the problem is the game card.
I don't have another Nintendo 3DS to work with, and the few games I have are seeing similar errors.
Clean the game's contacts with rubbing alcohol on a cotton swab, so that you know the game read errors isn't due to all that lint and grime it collected bouncing in your pocket.
It isn't obviously dirty.
You can also try cleaning in the game slot with the same moist cotton swab, just in case all the dirty games you put in there cause the problem.
If I spill any rubbing alcohol or loose cotton lint in there, then I know why it can't read any games.
If you accidentally dropped the Nintendo 3DS in water, you'd have a good explanation as to why it can't play games.
I'd expect it to short out the screen and cause total failure.
If you got it wet like that and dried it out in a bag with desiccant but didn't clean out the cartridge port, so the port shorted or rusted, you could get a working 3DS but non-working port.
If my port is rusted, it is beyond repair.
They can replace the port. It is just expensive.
What else can I do to fix it myself?
Look at the cartridge slot on the 3DS to see if you can straighten the pins, in case that's why it doesn't read the game.
If I try to straighten a pin, I'll break it off.
I can't say the reason it can't read your games is because you did break off pins tripping on the 3DS while it was plugged into the charger, and if pins are broken off, you need to send it in for repair.
Can you send game cartridges in for repair?
I've never heard of them doing that, though if you scratched up the bottom or got gunk on it, rub it with a pencil eraser to remove the gunk, then clean it with a cotton swab and rubbing alcohol.
Assuming that doesn't short something out.
If you manage to zap the game with some static electricity, there isn't much you can do about a Nintendo game, just as it isn't really fixable if you get it wet.
I haven't gotten the game wet.
Then you're down to the classic tech support solution: turn it off and turn it back on.
The game cartridge or the Nintendo?
Take out the cartridge, power cycle the Nintendo, then plug in the cartridge, and then there's the classic take out the cartridge and plug it back in, because that fixes it sometimes too.
And if that fails, take it in for service or buy a new one, because I've done all I can do with this thing.